Tussac House, named after its resemblance with the Falkland Islands, is the large newly proposed extra care facility along the waterfront of Stanley. Development has been split into two halves, with the first being the enabling phase to allow the structural facility for the building to be built on, which is expected to be completed in the near future.
Phase 1 will be complete, should be complete by the 1st of August. There's some consideration in moving on to phase 2, what other works we can carry out while we're investigating the right product to actually do the building with. The designs of the buildings are fairly advanced in the footprint and the planning, so we know what's going to go there. It's just the detailed design that needs to be done to suit the delivery method strategy that we choose.
The site was closed for a month due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Nevertheless, the completion of Phase 1 remains ahead of schedule. Per day, an estimated 500 tonnes of spoil had been removed, which had unearthed some rather unexpected tree fossils, as well as variations in the water flow underneath the ground.
I was expecting it, from an engineering point of view, to be controlled by rainfall, so it would permeate higher up the ground and then just come down when the rain was going. It continued when the rain wasn't. So it was, that was a little surprise, but then with further consideration, with the peat acting like a sponge when it does rain, it will take some time to exhaust itself coming down. But it was something that we were able to take in consideration, and we've got all specialised drains around.
In addition, a cliff face of harder rock strata was found, meaning that the rock can be used locally rather than importing rock elsewhere to accommodate a more natural finish.
The ability to use natural and to use the existing conditions that suit the whole island, it gives the ability for the building to look like it was intended to be here more than a man-made structure that was just strategically placed. It'll be a far more picturesque vista, if that's the right word, and plus we're not going to be bringing in lots of rocks and stones from other places. It will maintain the integrity of what we've discovered and exposed, and then being able to continue from the rock face that we've got as the retaining wall further towards the ocean. We have another very small retaining wall that was going to be man-made, but we're going to be able to use some of the very large rocks that we've been able to excavate or had to remove, and that means that we'll use those in a controlled way to have the smaller retaining wall at the front be, even though there's no existing rock there, we'll be able to use the old rock from the back face, so it's going to tie in the whole site, and that's a really pleasing aspect for me personally. I think it's going to be, and for the community, it'll look far better than having man-made finishes.
Tussac House is one of the largest constructions in Stanley. However, what is currently seen will be covered and be back underneath the surface, as the next phase of construction of the building is next on the agenda.